In today's Clash Royale video, I will show you guys the best deck for the new Mega Deck change where you can actually win this really nice emote. If you guys always want to know the best decks for the upcoming challenge, just make sure to subscribe to this channel. Also make sure to give a fat thumbs up on the video and also let me know how the challenge worked out for you guys down below in the comment section. Also, if you guys want to support me even more, make sure to use creator code Emote and all the Superstar games. And I would say, let's dive jump to the deck and I'm going to explain you why this deck is the best deck for this challenge. So guys, these are my first 4 cards in the deck. If you guys don't understand the mode Mega Deck, it's just like similar Clash Royale, just that your deck is a bit bigger. So instead of having like 8 cards in a deck, you actually have 18 as I think 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it's going to be 18 instead of 8 cards in the deck. Normally, I would play some games with this deck, but the problem is kinda, when you guys see the video, I'm actually still traveling back from Spain, hopefully. I'm at the airport, but I still want to show you the best deck in Clash Royale for the Mega Deck challenge. So just that you guys understand why I'm not doing any games, but it's still going to show you the deck. Actually, this is the deck which I'm showing you for all the Mega Deck change, also in the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, so every time the Mega Deck change came out, because this deck is actually better than before. Because last time I used this deck, or last time I showed this deck and also got 6-0, the Electric Giant was way worse than it is right now. It got a really huge buff, and if your opponent doesn't have the great counters, the best counters against it, it actually gets destroyed. Also, you can use every single card in this Mega Deck challenge, so even if you guys have some cards on unlocked, not on tournament level standard, you can use every single card, and every single card will be up to level 11. So let's just start off with the first 4 cards. I'm kind of putting the cards in like different directions, different boxes, because these are like my 4 win conditions. Then we're gonna go to support cards, spells, and so on. Why did I decide to use this win conditions? Because I think honestly Electric Giant is one of the best cards right now in Clash Royale. I think it's so good, especially when your opponent doesn't have a counter. You always need to consider the cycle is way slower with 18 cards, with 18 cards, no, what, 18, 8, 6, I cannot really count, so I think 24 cards, right? Yeah, no, 18 cards. Yeah, it's 18 cards, man. Like, I'm so confused. So yeah, I don't know. Like, let's just continue. So I have the Electric Giant in there because it's just so good. Sparky, because I think a ton of people will use actual Electric Giant, so you can actually counter Electric Giant, which is smart. And also Double Bait. I think Double Bait gives you the outplay the potential. Also, we have like some kind of support for the Double Bait combination. But I just feel like Goblin Ball puts on the pressure on the opponent. Skelly Ball, it's just also so good when your opponent doesn't have the spell inside, because as we said, it's gonna be an 18 card cycle. It actually takes a ton of time to cycle back to his spells. And if you have the Goblin Blow on opponent's tower and your opponent needs to drop something which he doesn't want, you're always happy about that. Also Scalable, as I said, Cinder is really well with that. So these are my 4 win conditions in the Mega Deck deck. The next card I put in the deck are the bats. I feel like bats are really good. No worries, at the end I will also show you the full deck. Bats are just pretty good. It's not really a win condition, but I really think like it's helpful, especially if you have like the 2 bait cards with the Skeleton Bow and the Goblin Bow. We got the bats and the Sparky for Zap Bait. Really good deck. This is what I want to see. So the next card I want to show you guys are kind of supportive cards. So we got the Baby Tank in there because I think like the splash from the Baby Tank is pretty helpful. Also a really spell resistant deck. Then we also got, which is really nice about this deck, in my opinion at least, is that we got the Valkyrie in there. We got the Mini Packer in there, which is really helpful for the single target damage Valkyrie, just as also a splash unit. Then we got the Witch and the Flying Machine. I feel like Witch is one of the most underrated cards in this type of change. You could also use Wizard, because Witch actually, yeah, she dies to lightning, but she doesn't die like to poison, or like Fireball, so your opponent needs to go for Fireball Zap, Poison Lock on it. And then we have the bats, we have the Scalable with the Golden, but also Flying Machine, really good Fireball Bait card. I mean, it's not like, it's way more squishy compared to the Baby Dragon, but having the Splash, having the Fireball Bait in the deck, it's just the best combination you could have. So guys, the next 2 cards are actually the Miner. I feel like Miner and Skeleton, you can put them kind of together because they're just so good just together. Also like having a Miner tank for the Skeletons, but Miner just to get the safe chip damage on tower. This is actually really important in this mode, because sometimes you don't have like a problem, okay, you don't really have a card to cycle, you don't have a card to play, because at example you have like a Mini Pack on hand, the Flying Machine on hand, Valkyrie, and Sparky. It's like cards which you don't really want to play in the bag. I mean, you can go for the Sparky in the bag, but sometimes you want to wait with these cards. So having a Miner deck makes your cycle actually a bit cheaper, quicker. You can cycle just as you want, and also getting some safe tower chips, snipe up troops is really important. Next up, as you guys can see, is the Skeleton King. Could also use any other champion as you want. As I said, you can use every single card in Clash Royale in this game mode, but I personally prefer this Skeleton King because it synergizes so well with the Mega deck. As you guys can see here, we got a ton of bait with the Skeleton Bats, Skeleton Barrel, and the Goblin Barrel. So I just feel like it's really nice with that, like getting all the skeletons. And even after the Skelly King nerf, I still think it's still one of the best cards in the Clash Royale. And then we got the Magic Archer. Could also put the Magic Archer in the same category as the Flying Machine and so on. I just feel like Magic Archer also getting the same chip damage as the Miner always when you're playing in the bridge. It's so hard to defend, especially because how are you supposed to know opponent's cycle, right? If you have the 8-card cycle, it's still already hard to know when your opponent has something in cycle, especially when you play like a weird deck you don't know. But in this type of deck, this is almost, it feels like in an 18-card deck, you know, it feels like impossible to know when your opponent has a Magic Archer in cycle. So your opponent is going to drop an example like a Valkyrie in front of your tower. You're just going to get the Magic Archer chip damage, the Magic Archer geometry. This is the word I was searching for on tower. And also having, like with the Flying Machine, some more Fireball Blade with the Witch is just absolutely insane. This I really like. This card in this deck. So guys, the next two cards I wanna have in my deck is an Ice Scroll, because I just feel like for 2 legs having some solid defense also in case you protect tubes. It's really helpful also in case you put a Minion Horde, Bats. I just feel like having Ice Scroll also a card. Another card which I really wanna have like my focus on is having the Ice Scroll in the deck. Why? Because I just feel like it's really good also for cycling. Cycling is so important, as I said, as I mentioned like 100,000 times in this video. I just feel like it's good. It's really good to have it in your deck, that you can cycle a tube like this. And then we got the Goblin Gang also for bait. You could also sub in the guards if you want, but I personally prefer the Goblin Gang because I just think it's a bit better because of the Skelly King, the Bats, the Scalper, and the Goblin Gang and so on. I just feel like it's way better, but you can also use guards because guards are a bit safer on defense, but the Goblin Gang actually gives you a bit more value compared, or like in synergy with the Skelly King. So let's talk about spells now. There's some decisions you can make. Honestly, just what you guys prefer. I think Fireball, Arrows plus Tornado is a really solid combination. We got the Arrows to just give up all the air defensive. I really want to have like one small spell against air. So you could also use Log, but I would say if you guys want to use a spell, small spell, I would always suggest you to use a spell which attacks ground and air. So like Snowball, Zap, Arrows, these are like the small spells I want to use. I think just Arrows are pretty solid in case your opponent's Minion Horde, Lava, and so on. Then I got a Fireball because I would say it's overall the most consistent spell. Also, I would say you could use Poison. I wouldn't really recommend you using Rocket because I feel like against Fireball bait decks, which people are really grinding Fireball bait, like a really big, really cute stack and so on with Zappy's Flying Machine, Mother Witch, maybe. I really think Fireball could be more solid. Also, if your opponent has like cards like Arch Queen. Flying Machine, I mean, Fireball does still pretty okay against it, so I think it's a way more all-rounder spell. And then we got the Tornado because I feel like Tornado is just... You don't really need to have it. You can also use another spell, but I think in this deck it's really love the Sparky with the Tornado combination. We got a Baby Drain plus Tornado. The Magic Archer plus Tornado plus Fireball also synergize really well. So I think this is my best deck for the Mega Deck Challenge. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys don't want to miss any type of videos like that in the future. And also let me know how the challenge worked for you guys, and let me know in the comment section if this deck helped you to get the new emote in Clash Royale. Wish you a ton of luck. And yeah, so I'm actually at the airport right now. So when you guys see the video, I'm hopefully soon at home. And yeah, after I'm at home, for sure we'll read all the comments. So make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, and I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching and goodbye, guys.